Court remedy. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember there being like an exact thing saying like this is the remedy. Cause like, cause I know we're dealing with fraud in this chapter as well, correct?
Yeah.
So like, gosh, I have an ebook, so mine's different. I'm trying to figure out how I can tell you what page it would be on.
So chapter 8.
So like this one's in stupid book. Come on. Oh, it's downloading another thing for this book, so it'll take me right to the section. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can find it and share my screen with you. Go. Okay. Okay, so there's kind of like an example of like for under consequences of fraud and like a type of remedy situation. So I mean, same thing with like, I mean, this is referring to like a contract. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. Here's the used automobile. Like where I just highlighted. So like in the last little parts, like alternatively, the buyer may keep or she may keep the automobile and recover damages for the lessened value of the automobile. I mean, basically, it's just a way to an attempt to right the wrong by the person who created the. I guess either of them could have created the contract, just whoever's involved with the contract.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I started the video.
Okay.
The example that I used was kind of talking about in New York. There's like literally yesterday, the police union was protesting for higher pay. And so they actually reconstructed their contract. So they changed the contract and now that they get a higher pay. So that was the example that I came up with.
Gotcha.
If that works.
No, that should work.
Okay.
Let me find mine. I'll just tell you what it was. Even though you pretty much already heard it. See if I can screen share it just real quick. So mine, I found it on Wall Street Journal. It was actually posted yesterday. Even just talks about how Volkswagen is, spending up to $25 billion to basically recall these vehicles, repair them, get them within emission standards. And some of the things that they were talking about is that they were buying cars back and replacing them, like for some customers, and just wiping their debt clean or give them a refund, or they were replacing them with model like a different model car, or just attempting to repair them just to make their end of the contract good again, since they were supposed to be selling a working vehicle and they obviously weren't. Well, I guess not a working vehicle, but a vehicle that's supposed to meet certain standards, and they were not meeting those standards.
So that's why I used kind of as the correct answer, kind of what you
Okay.
talked about. So I just posed the question, what's the acceptable form of a remedy for a contract? And just a car company buying back a vehicle due to it not working working correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the wrong answer said changing the contract for an employee so they don't have to be fired for something they did on purpose. It's not like you're like remedying something wrong. It's just
Yeah, you're more just kind of like putting it
covering
under
up.
the rug for a little bit.
Yeah. And I
Um,
cannot think of two more.
I would say, let's see, attempt to remedy. What's a way to not remedy? That's a tough one. It's hard to think of two more that's not exactly like what you just did.
Something with a contract. Could say
Here's one. I'm just trying to think of, like, since I'm in the alarm industry, and I deal with you got to deal with shady salesmen, or
yeah.
at least I used to back with the other company I was with.
Uh-huh.
Like, we'd have a time where we'd have instances where they would say they were like with another company, like they'd be like, "Oh, we're with ADT or something," and so the customer would be like, "Oh, well, like I've heard of them or whatever." So like, they would just go with, and then they like whenever we'd come in to install it, we're like, "No, we're not them," and the guy would come back, and his attempt to remedy it would be like, "Oh, well, I'll give you like an extra sensor or something." Like, people would take it because like, cool, I'll take free stuff, but deep down they're just like, I can't believe he'd lie to me, like stuff like that. So, so like, I don't know if that would necessarily be like a failed remedy just because they were still displeased in the end. Maybe not. I just don't know how to put that.
I don't know how to phrase that.
Yes, I know that's the thing. It's just like it's the best way to do that. It wasn't in the contract in attempts to keep the customer happy. I would just throw that on the end. Or I was gonna say I would keep all that what you just had written and then just put in attempts to like regain customer trust or something. I don't know. We're gonna keep the sale
Like that.
and just put
Customer, something like that.
I lied to the customer and situation wasn't fully resolved or isn't fully resolved or whatever. Either way.
Oh, also, on the review thing, one of our questions is on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, except when we submitted the paper, we put in our question wrong. We said I guess I'm on to say that. I don't know. We put some like everyone's asking a question, but we said something about undue influence and
Uh-huh.
how what is the example of not undue influence, but it was actually the question
Which
should have
is
been
not
what
an
is an
example.
example of undue. So it was just funny when I read that. I was like, "Whoops!" So,
Oh,
um,
well, it happens.
yeah.
All right, wrong answer 3. Um, oh, here's one. I just thought about this. We it's like where I'm living right now. My wife and I, we just got a text from our apartment manager saying that they are like we had cable or dish TV included with our contract, like with our monthly payment,
Yeah.
um, and they're canceling it and not giving us any decrease in rent.
What?
Yeah, so there could be there's no remedy to that. Like they're not willing to. So you could just put canceling an amenity. I'm trying to think. Canceling an amenity and not offering compensation or reimbursement. If somehow she sees this, I'll be so happy to let her know I'm upset.
That'd be funny.
It's supposed to be shut off 2 days, or I think it's supposed to be shut off. Let's say the second. Yeah, it's supposed to be shut off yesterday, but it's still working. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna get lucky. Maybe enough people complained.
So I guess that's. I don't know where Sterling is. I don't know if the invites are just not going through or what.
I have no clue.
No clue either.
I'll say I got yours just fine.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe we can get him in right before we turn it in. um, any plans for the weekend?
I'm not sure. I think depends on how much of my 361 stuff I get done tonight. I think I might just stay up late and just grind it all, and that way I can probably just relax on Saturday. If I have Saturday off, I might go ice fishing. I don't know.
What kind of fish?
So you know where the Vivint building is now?
Yes.
Yeah. So my boss, the guys I work with, they own that building and they own the lake back there. So
Uh-huh.
I just go out there and there's trout and all kinds of other junk in there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'll probably just go out there because they've got all the stuff I can use to go drill a hole and waste time fishing.
That's fun. I've never gone ice fishing before.
I haven't either, so I'm super excited. I'm hoping it's not a bust.
There you are, Sterling.
Yeah, what's up?
So I kept sending the invite through this, and it wasn't working. so I just decided to copy it and then just email it to you.
Yeah, I was like just sitting here. I was like, there's like no invite. I was like, I guess they're either meeting without me or we're not meeting. So
Yeah. So this is what we had. So for the example, we came up with like New York, there's a police union protesting. And so what they did is they just like redid their contract so they were happy.
uh-huh.
So I just gave them a pay rise. So it solved the issue and kind of just making sure they're happy, kind of how they earned it.
Yeah.
So and then for the question, we just talked about what's an acceptable form of a remedy. And for the correct answer, we said a car company buying back a vehicle due to it not working properly. So kind of like going back on the contract and buying it back so the customer gets what they want or what they paid for.
Yeah.
The wrong answers, we came up with changing the contract to employees so that they're not fired for something they did on purpose. They came up with this how salesmen they go to a door and they sell a product, but they say they're from a different company than what they really are from.
Mhm.
So when the serviceman comes there, he tells them what company they're really from, and they just throw something in for free, like right there and then. So it's kind of a misleading. The last one we used was canceling like an amenity like dish and not offering the compensation or reimbursement, even though it's in the contract.
Yeah. No, those looks pretty good.
Yeah. You excited for the next test?
It'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
It's all open note and everything, isn't it? So it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, that's what I thought about this last one, but it didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, looks good to me. Thanks for doing all the work, guys.
Yeah. Next week we'll get we'll get you in here sooner.
Send the link.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you.
Sounds good. See you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.